Alright, yeah, my name's Steve, all the film interview stuff, but anyway, if you haven't gone to see it yet, go see The Black Phone. It is so awesome. Probably one of my favorite movies so far this year, and probably has a good case of staying on my top 10 list, so if you want to go check it out, go. And if you want to find out why, stick around in this video. So yeah, The Black Phone came out this weekend, and I was so excited to see it. I'm a big Scott Derrickson guy. I like Doctor Strange, Deliver Us from Evil, and of course Sinister, who C. Robert Cargill, if you don't know him, he's the co-writer on this movie as well as Sinister, and I think maybe even Doctor Strange as well. They've been working together for a while now. Seem to be great friends and great co-workers, so if you don't know C. Robert Cargill, I suggest following him on Twitter. He's a great follow. He tweets a lot about writing and everything, being a writer himself. Tweets a lot of motivational, inspirational type stuff, and he just seems to be a really cool dude who loves horror, so I'm a big fan of that, and I'm a big fan of him, so I wanted to go see this movie so bad, and it held up to the hype. It is so great. So much is going on, whether it's some family drama, whether it's some supernatural horror, just so many different things in this movie that just make it so great. Now, like I said, Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill did work on Sinister together, and that script is so great, and it's honestly one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. Still to this day, it still creeps me out. All the different Super 8 footage that they did with all the families. Well, if you've seen it, you know what happens. I don't want to spoil too much, but a lot of crazy stuff happens in that movie, and one thing I liked about The Black Phone is that they kind of use that Super 8 footage style, but in a different way. So if you're a fan of Sinister, there's a little bit of that in there, as well as you see some familiar faces from Sinister as well. Whether it's Deputy So-and-so, played by James Ransone, who is also fantastic, and of course, the man of the hour, Ethan Hawke. I'm a huge Ethan Hawke guy. I've loved him since like Training Day. He was great in the new Moon Knight series, and this year has kind of been his year. I mean, he was also in The Northman. He was great in that, and I just love the guy, and he did something different here that was so damn cool and refreshing. I mean, it's not necessarily cool, but he played this creepy, villainous character so well because he also has the side of just being charming to lure in these little kids, and it's very uncomfortable. It's a very dark story. If you're not into the dark horror stuff, it's not necessarily like extremely violent or bloody. There's still some violence in there for sure, but a lot of it is darker due to the fact that this guy is abducting children. It takes place in the 70s, and it's all very creepy, but done so well. And Ethan Hawke plays that nice guy luring the kids in, and then immediately just flips the switch, and he's just an evil man. And he does it very well, and it's not a surprise, really. It's a surprise to see him play this different kind of role, really, because I haven't seen him. Like I said, in Moon Knight, he is a villain in that, too, and I like seeing Ethan Hawke play the villain and play the hero, and it's just further proof that he's a fantastic actor that honestly I think deserves all the awards. I don't know how many Oscars, if he's even won an Oscar, but give this man his praise. He's so great, and The Black Phone is no different. He's the star of the show, but the two main kids who I want to say their names, I have them written down right here because I don't want to ruin their names because they are fantastic, and honestly I could see them having a big future in Hollywood because if they're already this good at being kid actors, can't imagine how great they're going to be as adults. So let me get to these names real quick. I have them right here. Mason Thames or Thames. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And Madeline McGraw. Both played brother and sister in the movie. Of course, Mason played the main character of the movie, and they were both way better than I ever expected them to be. Like, some little kids can kind of struggle getting the emotional beats and everything, but there are some truly hard scenes in this movie to watch, let alone act, and I think they both did absolutely fantastic. I mean, especially the little girl, Madeline. I could see her honestly getting an award because it was just so good, and she was such a staple to the story that I was not expecting. So don't go in too much trying to read up too much about this movie because I don't want you to get spoiled by it by any means, but she is fantastic. She does some cool stuff, and yeah, this whole movie is just awesome. I can't really think of too many things I can say badly about it, and that's why right now it's a 5 out of 5, man. It's one of my favorite movies of 2022. Yeah, Elvis came out this weekend, and I liked Elvis a lot, but It's also just another music biopic that you've seen a bunch of times. Yes, it has the style of Baz Luhrmann, and the editing is pretty cool. Like, I can see how people are comparing it to Speed Racer, which, if you haven't seen Speed Racer, please do so, because that movie is so awesome and it's some of the best editing you'll ever see on film, but I digress. Go see The Black Phone as soon as possible. See it in the theater. If I'm choosing between Elvis or The Black Phone is the winner. The Black Phone is just a more original story. Horror, I'm a horror guy. If you like horror, it's kind of more thriller based, but it's still definitely a horror movie, don't get me wrong, but it's not as violent. It's not really a hardcore slasher. There's some slasher elements, there's some supernatural elements. This movie's just all over the place with its subgenres, and I think that works in its benefit. So cool, lots of stuff happening. Don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, 5 out of 5. Go check it out and let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like Sinister? Do you like Doctor Strange? I know Scott Derrickson left Doctor Strange 2 and probably started working on The Black Phone if he wasn't already doing that going into that, but let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that he should have done that movie instead of this one. I'm curious what you think. Personally, I'm so happy Sam Raimi did Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I love that movie and all of Sam Raimi's style all over it, but more on that if you go watch that video, because I already made one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this, guys. Please like the video, and like I said, comment your thoughts on anything. I'd love to chat with you. Share this video with your friends if they're thinking about going to see a movie and you want to share my thoughts with them. I'd love for you to do that. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my podcast channel and go listen to my first episode if you haven't already with me and Adam on the Adam and Steve Show. Probably a new episode coming out fairly soon. We got to get to recording that pretty quick here. But anyway, subscribe to all that stuff. Follow me on Letterboxd for all my quick updates and different movies I'm watching right away. And I will see you next time.